Now we'll get into chapter 13, which is the ethics and leadership. So ethics and leadership entails different environments, not just the work environment, but it can tell the educational environment, the coaching environment for athletics, just in general life. So it has many applications, which makes this theory, uh, stand out a little more in my perspective because it's so broad, and every organization seeks leaders with ethics. So we'll begin with the five main principles of ethical leadership. And the first is the respect for others. Treat others, people's decisions and values with respect. So that entails listening to others' perspectives on things. There might come that occasion where you'll have a follower that brings up an idea. So now, as an ethical leader, you just have to listen and try to understand where that individual is coming from. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to take that stance and approve the decision, but it just means listening and respect the decision or idea that was presented. And then we go to serve others, place their followers foremost in their plans. So through ideas, we're able to analyze and assess the different processes that people think about and what it is that they're trying to accomplish in their organization. So as a leader, as an ethical leader, always have those thoughts in mind as to what the follower brought up to that individual leader. So then we go to the justs of ethical leadership, which is concerned about issues of fairness and justice. So this can come up in any organization because every follower seeks a leader who's just and fair. And in the example in the reading, there's several examples as to what's fair and who we should choose for what specific assignments, or who's earned certain respect for different positions. So as followers, they seek leaders who are truly honest and fair about what they do, and then they become more respectable in that sense. And then we go to honesty. When leaders are not honest, others come to see them as undependable and unreliable. So honest doesn't just necessarily mean telling the truth, but it can also mean not promising certain things that we know are out of our control and out of our reach, and therefore never get accomplished. So, in a sense, that's not being honest because we're presenting a goal or a theme with certain individuals that we aren't able to accomplish. So, and then lastly, we'll go to build a community, which is the attentive to the interests of the community and the culture. So we're not just looking out for the individuals within our organization, but we're looking outwards, um, to the external factors outside of our own environment and how it is that our decisions affect those. Because if we aren't ethical with the decisions that we make and our followers perceive that and they absorb that, then they go on and take that information to outside organizations, or maybe they themselves will apply unethical decisions, and therefore it's a broad community that gets involved, not just necessarily within ourselves. So that is the overall ethical leadership. So now we'll get into the strengths and weaknesses, and then the other sections of this reading.